Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm trying this new thing where I'm recording live on YouTube at the same time that I'm doing a Twitter space. So I hope that the Twitter space is working. I'm not sure. I can't tell. Okay, yeah, people are joining. So the Twitter space is working and I'm live on YouTube. Perfect. So everything is working as I expected. So this is a new series that I'm going to be doing where I'm going live at halftime to give my thoughts about the game. And what a game to start it off with, because it has just been one of the craziest halves of football that I've freaking seen in I don't remember when. So let's get into everything. Starting off, I have to show this picture. If you're watching me live on YouTube, I'm just showing a picture of Cole Palmer shushing the Spurs fans, which I absolutely love. But let's just recap all of the drama. Make sure to get in the comments as well. So because I'm going to be reading everything that you guys are saying. Yelena's watching and she says, I have so many emotions and I'm struggling to speak right now because I also have so many emotions. Like I don't even know what to do with myself right now, but I'm going to try my very best just to put everything into words so far. So looking at the first half, first off, Chelsea, we started super poorly. We concede 5 minutes in. Spurs just looked the much better side. The first goal was way too easy for them. They just sliced through our midfield like it was nothing. Colwell was situated more in the center back spot, which is maybe normal because he is a center back, and he just was giving Kulusevski way too much space and time on the ball, and it was a really unfortunate deflection. But Chelsea concede 5 minutes in, and that's honestly the worst start to the game that you could imagine, because Spurs just attacked us and then we are always looking to get one back. At 11 minutes in, Jackson had the opportunity to score. He had a good effort, but he looked like he lacked a little bit of confidence. It also is a really big time and stage. I mean, Spurs Chelsea is probably one of the biggest games of the season for us and for them, and the atmosphere we know is just absolutely mad. So he looked a little bit nervous off that. Then Spurs had the opportunity through Son to go 2-0 up, and at that point I was like, no, like this can't be happening. Like I can't take this right now. But it was offside. Shortly after that, Udagi had a 2-footed challenge, and he was lucky to be on the pitch, in my opinion. I thought that was surely going to be a red card. But shortly after that, we see a red card for Romero, and he actually should have had a red card in the build-up to Sterling's goal, which was ruled out for handball. And he was still on the pitch, and I was livid at this point. I was like, Chelsea have had a goal ruled out. Romero's still on the pitch. What's going on? What are we doing? Like, it was just so crazy, so frustrating. But then Caicedo scores. That goal is also ruled out. But there's a foul on Enzo Fernandez in the build-up to the goal, and that foul was on Romero. He gets a red card. That was an absolute red card. And at that point, I was like shaking because Chelsea had to score. Cole Palmer is also in my fantasy team. If you guys watch my fantasy content with Yelena, you know that Cole Palmer is in my fantasy team, and I have taken a massive bet on him, and I was like, oh my God, if he gets -2 points, I swear to God, like I'm just the unluckiest person to play fantasy football right now. But he slotted it home. I actually thought that Vicario went the right way. He looked like he got a hand to it, and I thought that initially when I saw it that the penalty was safe, but now Cole Palmer's 3 for 3. So that's why we have this lovely photo of Cole Palmer in here, just shushing the Spurs fans because they were giving him a lot of heat for in the build up to the penalty. But he went and scored. So I was so freaking pleased. And honestly, Chelsea looked like we actually have an opportunity. We look like we could go on to possibly win this game, but I don't want to jinx anything. And Spurs also look like they could even go on to win this game, which I know sucks. But they look like they could have opportunities. We know that they are super clinical and how they attack, and all it takes is one thing. So I'm kind of holding my breath, but towards the end, Spurs definitely looked like the worst side. They looked super frazzled. It reminded me of the Battle of Stamford Bridge, where Spurs went 2-0 up, and then we leveled it 2-2 for Leicester to go on and win the Premier League. But they just looked like they were letting the momentum of the game and the environment get to them a bit. So at the end of the match, it really looked like Chelsea were on top, and it looked like we had composed ourselves and finally were creating a lot of chances. Reece James had an opportunity where he took a shot, it got deflected, or it got blocked by Vicario, and it could have fallen to any Chelsea foot. And overall, it just looks like we just need to be a little bit tidier, a little bit cleaner. We're having a lot of offside, so if you get that in check, that will hopefully help. And just to be bit more clinical, but Chelsea have had the ball in the back of the net 3 times now, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I'm so riled up, I can't even do my math right. From that from that first half, like, I truly can't believe what I have been witnessing and watching right now. But Chelsea are getting the ball in the back of the net. We just need to make it stick. So yeah, I'm gonna go through some comments on YouTube. We're getting so many comments, so that's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to drop it a like as well, and sub to the channel if you aren't subbed. Like, it's crazy. Mez said, "Hey Ellie, mind blown. What a crazy first half." I truly can't remember half of football that was as crazy as this. Like, it's just mind blown. Like, I'm having trouble speaking. And it seems a lot of you in the comments are saying the same thing. What a mental first half as well. Andrew says, "Can't believe we're playing this well. Spurs were over us early." Yeah, they were all over us at the beginning, and I was thinking, like, oh my God, this is going to be a rough, a rough one, because they looked like they could have put 4 past us in the opening 10 minutes or so, and then finally we settled a bit. And we're looking like we could go on to win this game. And yeah, so I'm getting a lot of comments about Mudryk. This comment says, "We have to win this game. It's all for Mudryk." And that's a really good point as well, because Mykhailo Mudryk, I think, brings so much to the team. And since it's so open, his speed, if we could just put a ball over the top, his speed is going to be absolutely critical and clinical to Chelsea. So I think that Chelsea have a really good asset to bring on in Mykhailo Mudryk, especially maybe when the Spurs players are tiring a bit, because they're going to have to be doing extra running as well to cover for the 11th man that's not on the pitch. So I think that could be a really good opportunity. And just to talk a bit about the Chelsea players, who do you guys think have been the best players for Chelsea so far in this half? I feel like Raheem Sterling has looked pretty good. He's had a couple of opportunities. Obviously, he scored. For me, it was a pretty clear handball, and I think he even didn't look like he was celebrating that much because he knew that it was a handball. And I think he's been really good with the attack. Cole Palmer has looked amazing again. I think that he has been such a signing, and I think like he's been one of our best players. Caicedo looks like he's been starting into the game. I felt at the beginning that our midfield was just getting absolutely sliced through. Like, we just had no idea how to deal with Spurs attack. We just didn't have a remedy for it, and now we're looking a lot better, a lot stronger. I don't know what this light is above my face. Well, those of you who are listening to me on Twitter Spaces can't see the light that's just shining on me, making it look like I have a halo. So Yasin says, "Loving this game as a neutral." Yeah, I can't even imagine as a neutral fan how amazing it must be. Because as a Chelsea fan, my heart's just palpitating. NS Sports says, "Are you going to do post-match call-in show?" No, because it's gonna be too late for me, like, especially with all the stoppage time that we've had, like, the first half should have started 10 minutes ago. It's already past 10 p.m. for me. I know a lot of you watching have, like, really crazy watch times that you watch the games at, like, 1, 2 a.m. For me, I'm just an hour later than the UK time, but that hour, like, really destroys me and makes such a big difference. But I will be posting a post-match review after the game, not live, just recorded. So keep your eyes out on that. I'm going to be uploading it right after the game. So it should be up hopefully within like half an hour after the game finishes. So you will have my full-time thoughts. Hopefully you'll have a happy Elizabeth as well. Yeah, Jerome is saying Spurs look shaky. This game reminds me of 2015. Totally. It's giving me 2015 vibes. And what do you guys make of the VAR and the referee officials? Because I just feel like they're stopping the game for every little thing. Like at the end of the game, they stopped it for like potential foul play on a challenge that Reece James made, and it didn't look like he was doing anything to me. It just looked like he won the ball. But I don't know what you guys think. I know I have my Chelsea hat on, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but it just felt that they were stopping it for every single call, and it really stopped the flow of the game, which was a bit frustrating. That's why we saw freaking 12 minutes of added time, because they took. I know that there's been a lot of maybe issues, to use a light word, in the past couple of weeks with the standard of refereeing that's been going on in the Premier League. So maybe they're trying to avoid any big mistakes happening in this match. And it just seems like they're being overly cautious, but just calling every single thing. And it's just breaking the layout or like the flow of the game, which is a bit frustrating. I just kind of like want to see the game settle. But how are you guys feeling about the second half? If you guys are on Spaces, I'm actually going to take a look. Comment on the Spaces thing so that I can respond to your comments as well. Ross Damon, thank you so much for commenting. Says lacking discipline, but what a show Chelsea put on, showing some fire. Totally agree with you, Ross. Like I said, I was very nervous at the beginning of the match, but we're looking like we're finally into it. Chelsea looked like the better team towards the end of the first half, and it looked like we had of the firepower with us. So I hope that Poch has a really crazy halftime speech and we can continue that momentum, because I think we could go on to win this game if we can just see it out. That's going to be massive for us. That's going to be massive for morale as well. It's just going to be super, super positive and help us build, because we still have a crazy run of fixtures coming up. But that would just be amazing, and it's what this team needs, because I have been saying it, like we have been putting in good performances, we just haven't been getting the results, and that's so frustrating because we deserve better results than what we've been getting. So if we can actually get a result against Spurs, if we could freaking hand Spurs their first loss of the season, that would just be totally epic. So I don't know. Let's see. Okay. We're still on halftime. At least on my stream, we're still on halftime. But guys, please do let me know when the game returns, because I think my stream is like a couple of wait, no, wait. This is the beginning of halftime. Well, let me know when it looks okay. The players are coming out. I was about to talk for another 15 minutes because my stream was at the beginning of halftime, like paused, and I didn't realize it. ¿Podrías enviar un saludo a mi pequeño que le compartí la liga de tu video? Hi, hola, muchas gracias por ver mi video. Perdón que estoy muy cansada, pero muchísimas gracias. Steven says, can't wait for Mudryk and Madueke to be brought in. I really want to see Mudryk just like smash in this game. Ibrahim says, how many VAR checks were there? I don't know. Like, I think at least 7. For going off of what my commentator was saying, I think at least 7 VAR checks, but could honestly have been more. Yeah, Hannah says you choose the right game to do a halftime show. Thank you. Like, this is something that I've been planning for a while. I still have to get the mechanics up and running so I can have like better graphics and stuff. But I still wanted to go live, and I feel like this was the perfect game to go live for, and it was just so freaking crazy. So I'm glad that I decided to go live. Improvements will be coming to the channel, you guys. So it will be better and better, and there'll be more graphics and stuff, but just bear with me. I plan to make a lot of progress. Okay, Yelena saying the game is resuming, so I'm going to leave you guys. Enjoy the second half. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Make sure to sub to the channel if you aren't. I really appreciate everybody tuning in and spending your halftime with me. It honestly means the world. And make sure to tune in for my post-match reaction. Hopefully it's a good one. Okay, guys, have a great rest of your day and talk to you later. Bye.